those who have the balls. Hopefully my pecker didn't fall out. Is it still there? All right, good. It didn't fall out. Love diet. Wink, wink. All right, guys, QMA. You ask questions, I answer them. What's up, my peeps? Are you ready for a QMA? First question comes from MChief101. Just out of curiosity, how do you calculate your macros to the perfect accuracy? Well, buddy, first of all, I can't actually answer the question the way you asked it. I physically can't calculate my macros to the perfect accuracy. And scientifically, I don't even know if there is a perfect accuracy. You can only be so accurate. And second of all, guys, is that the macros and what works for you, it's something that you and or your coach figures out over time. It's like a trial and error sort of thing. You experiment, you figure out what works for you. For some people, they need higher fats, lower fats. Some people need higher carbs or lower carbs. For example, I need a lot more carbs than the average person. My coach, he said himself that he's kind of like a cockroach. He can get by on just a tiny little amount of carbs. Yeah. But me, I need a lot more carbs in order for me to retain the muscle that I have. My body burns through so much more carbs than, let's just say, the average person. Now, how do you calculate your macros? That's a very, very interesting question. What I really recommend is finding someone who's experienced in this sort of thing. If you are truly interested in calculating your macros, then maybe you should fork out some money and hire someone to help you out with this sort of thing. If money is not your friend, there are plenty of online calculators that are not customized towards you and your metabolism. And I'm sure you could find them. Maybe if you type in Scooby or Lane Norton, you might be able to find a calculator that can help you. Once again, there is no perfect accuracy. It's something that you feel for. It's something that you learn about over time. Question number 2 comes from username FabCam23. He says, all I would like to know is how many times a week you did abs to develop such a nice pack. I'm currently doing abs 1 time per week. Should I hit them more often? I have a nice 6-pack, but I feel it could be more developed. Thanks, bro. Also, your traps are awesome. You do traps 1 or more times per week. Alright, so first of all, how many times did I do abs to develop such a nice pack? Alright, to answer that question, some weeks I did 3 times, some weeks I did 2, and some weeks I did 1. Should you hit them more often? That's a question that I cannot answer. I cannot answer. I don't know you, bro. I don't know what you look like. I don't know if your abs are genetically impaired. I don't know if you have a disorder. But if you have to ask that question, I recommend that you just let time give you the experience for you to learn about your body. Over time, you're going to learn about what frequencies, what weights, what intensities, what exercises, weighted, unweighted, are going to make your abs grow. Give it time and don't rush it, bruh. Now about your traps. During the off season, I hardly ever directly worked my traps, believe it or not. Now during the on season, I did work my traps once per week. The reason I didn't work my traps a lot during the off season is because I did a ton of deadlifting. It is one of my staples, brother. So one of my best suggestions for growing bigger traps is to lift heavier on the deadlift. I've found a direct correlation to the size of my traps and the amount of weight that I can deadlift. Wink, wink. Now, that's not scientific. That's not 100% proven. That's just what I think. That's just how I feel. That's what's happened with me, brother. Now, guys, third question comes from Hontarius, and this was a month ago. He says, don't you think that it gets a bit obsessive when you weigh everything? It doesn't feel right. Alright, bro, I can completely understand where you're coming from. My parents felt the same way a long time ago. I felt the same way a long time ago too. As you know, I did a competition back in 2010. I didn't weigh my food. I didn't track macros. I didn't hire a coach. And I'm pretty sure you know I looked like shit. The reason people weigh their food is so that they can track their macronutrients. So they know how many carbs, how many proteins, and how many fats are entering their bodies so that they can get a better feel for what's coming in and what's going out. The more you measure, the more measure, the more accuracy, the more validity, the more credibility in your coaches, the more scientific, all that good stuff, the more, the better. Look at me now, and look at me a year ago. I looked like crap. I seriously looked like crap. I don't know how my girlfriend could look at me longer for than 3 seconds because I looked like crap. My body was not bodybuilder status. Now it definitely freaking is. It's because I weigh my food and I track everything. I track all the macronutrients and I'm gearing my macronutrients towards some sort of goal. During the off season, I'm gonna give myself more of a range to aim for, but during the on season, I hit a specific goal every single day. A lot of the beginners doing their first competitions, they don't track their macronutrients, they don't weigh their food, and they come in looking like crap, and many of them don't ever compete again. Those who have the balls and the courage and the dedication to weigh their food and track it, and even if they did fail at their first competition, they end up doing that, they do so much better at their second competition. Just take me for example. Alright, my brothers and sisters, that was 3 questions on QMA. I'm wearing my Homer Simpson boxers. Hopefully my pecker didn't fall out. Is it still there? Alright, good. It didn't fall out. I love you guys. It's time for me to do some vocal, baby! Now remember, I only answer QMA questions that are on my Facebook Matt Ogus Natural Bodybuilder page. The way I do it is I screenshot the question with your name in it, I upload it onto my phone, so it's just a picture, I read it, and I take that picture and I throw it on the damn video like you just saw.